Good evening from Exciting World Viewpoints, where we talk about various different things affecting our lives that are going on all the time that could be very important. And today I'd like to talk about a very interesting topic that's going on. And it's more in the federal area that's kind of hitting with our country that's an over thing that's going on about the inequality of wealth that goes on. So the title of the video, A Canada Shaped by Wealth, Why Concentrated Power Matters More Than Ever. So our country likes to think of itself as a country where fairness is built into the foundation, but anyone paying attention can see something else happening beneath what's going on. So there's been a quiet shift into who actually holds the wealth in the country, and this has been pooling on the top for various generations. And this is due to the influence of the ones that actually have the full control. And this isn't just about money; it's about how the most wealthiest individuals and corporations have the ability to nudge policies over in their favor, shape public conversations, and even steer the governments without ever needing to actually be involved with any kind of political elections. And for many of the citizens of Canada, this has become a slow spiral that comes with consequences. And this is why there's higher rents, higher costs of living, less opportunities for many things, and the sense that no matter how hard you work, you never actually make ends meet. How wealth shapes our lives without us realizing it. When wealth concentrates in the hands of a small group of everyday people, start feeling the impact in ways that aren't always obvious at first. And this was really comes down to decisions about your housing, wages, taxes, and public services that can tilt toward those who have the most control. And this really adds up over time. So people who felt more stable now worry about keeping up with the costs. Younger generations are going to feel locked out of ownership entirely. And public services that used to be fully funded are still starting to struggle. And this is not because people can't afford them, but because priorities shift away from the collective good. And of course, these corporations and the people in charge have very high profit margins for them. And they're going that. So while the center-left voices call for more fairness in stronger ways, traditional leftists demand systematic reform, and that could actually be very good. And you have the radical left argues that this isn't just bad policy. So there's many different aspects, mindsets that go into this. And it's a result of an economic model that actually funnels upward at times in power. Three different perspectives that all meet in the same place. People feel squeezed, and this becomes very unsustainable. So why right-wing governments keep the system running smoothly for the wealthy? So in our country of Canada, conservative governments often present themselves as champions of individual responsibilities and to promote the free market. But with all their slogans and policy, try to reinforce the same structure that allows wealth to accumulate and influence the political center. Cuts of the taxes only benefit the higher earners. Everyone in the middle and low area have to pay taxes. Looser rules for corporations. Pushback. Canadians who aren't willing to let things slide. So with the concentration of power, people across the country are trying to pull Canada in a different direction. We're starting to see that now. There's are people that want a better thing, better life going on in the country. Some want a better fair tax systems. Others want stronger labor protections, non-market housing, public ownership of key services, or limits on corporate influence in political decision-making. Unions, anti-poverty groups, climate organizations, and local tenants, who all play different roles. And they're all responding to the same imbalance when it comes down to. And what's interesting in that call, the change, or come from just one political lane, but center-left advocates want a fairer playing field. Leftists want a shift in power back to communities and workers. Radical left voices want to replace systems that allow this imbalance to exist at all. So we don't want this imbalance to happen anymore. We want it to change. Different approaches pointing all towards a country where ordinary people have more say in decisions that shape their lives. And what can Canada do if we decided wealth should serve everyone? Imagine our country economic security, where the economic security doesn't depend on whether you're just born into a family of wealth, a country where housing is affordable, where expectation doesn't make the rules, Public servers aren't chipped away, but always strengthened. When critical decisions aren't filtered what donors or major industries want before the public hears them, we build a society where communities have more value of what they create, workers have real power in their workplaces, where taxes are structured overseas and contributes fairly, and where our democracy isn't overshadowed by the financial weight of a handful of people. Whether you view this as a modest reform, bold transformation, or a complete rethinking of how our economy operates, the goal is the same: a country that belongs to all the people. So how can we move forward? So real change doesn't come from a single policy or even a political party. It comes from the people deciding that they want something different. And this could mean stronger support of public institution, backing efforts to regulate concentrated power, pushing for alternatives than profit-driven systems, or standing behind communities, fighting for rights and resources. Our country has the capacity to become a more balanced, more democratic, more humane society if you choose to make that shift. Again, this all comes from the actual people and what you're thinking versus just relying on the political landscape. So the political parties have a play in this, but it comes down to the actual people and what they actually want. And this can start by questioning who benefits the way things work today and who could benefit if they work different. So here's a question for you. Do you want to see Canada become a more towards the future where wealth and the power that comes with it is shared more fairly, with fewer barriers and more opportunities? So I'll rephrase that. Do you want the country to have more move forward and it's shared where all the resources and wealth are shared more fairly with everyone, less barriers, and there's more opportunities for everyone else? Why or why not? So send your answer in the comments below. I want to hear your feedback on this and also what you thought about this actual video. So thank you for your time, and you have yourself a good day. And bye for now.